Right, hi guys, welcome back to this. I say welcome back. Welcome to this layout. Now, I recently posted this little layout on Instagram, asking if anyone wants to see more of it, and well, at least one person did. So this is separate from Mank Buses, even though it'll go on its channel. It is separate. This is something I do as one of the owners as a side thing. When I spot deals or whatever, I will pick up odd cheap things. And there's a model shop in Berwick called Loco Shed, which is more Whitefield, where I get a lot of my stuff from. But also there's one in Ashton. There's not a lot in the one in Ashton, railway like, but he's very good. And if I remember rightly, he didn't recognise me, but I remember he's got a crackingly large layout downstairs in the basement of the shop. So this is very roughly set up to what I'm going to be aiming for in the future, essentially. But I bought the layout itself, no locos, nothing like that, no controllers, from Facebook for 100 quid. The damage has been done to it, unfortunately, since, but nothing that I can't fix and customise further. Now, I did get a load of track on my old layout, which is underneath it, which is pointless because it's mainly curves. We do have a little bit of a runoff just behind the tunnel. So just behind the tunnel, there's a bit of a runoff there. But the collection of stuff started off with Hattons in Liverpool, where I got this little loco from. It's only DC this, so I can't do anything too fancy with it at the moment. It's wired up for DCC, but so does DC, so the track feed's right in the back corner. I will be changing that soon. Got a lot of fluff on there. So I started off with that little Airfix model there. So that is an Airfix one. And then I started off with the other things which are here. Just roll them down. Get the other stuff from over here. So it was started off with these, and there's two other little locos somewhere, but they're the very early locos, the ones that aren't well that good really. But I got given them by someone where I used to store a bus. He did help out there and get me back into doing it. But obviously the tankers for this are pretty much pointless on this layout. I mean, these are sort of pointless, but I plan in the back corner just over here to have a little bit of a coal yard, so the little coal trucks will come in handy. But obviously the lemon juice one and the Baltzó one will be going, and they'll just have the coal ones. I think the guy in the shop had a few more, so I'm going after New Year. He had a bit of an offer on, but they were still more expensive than the Loco Shed in Whitefield, but obviously being a lot closer I can walk there, so swings and roundabouts to what you're actually saving fuel and what have you. But there was 3 for £20. He threw that one in for free when I bought this Loco off him today. But I will be going and have another look to see if he's got any more coal wagons, essentially, because he didn't have many. He had lots of coaches, but not many wagons, and lots of locos. So obviously that one, that's to stay. These are to go, and obviously these two here are to go. Now it is only an end-to-end layout, which I like watching trains run, but the reason that I got an end-to-end is I also love my programming. So I'm going to be making this a fully automated one where I'll just sit over there essentially, and I will just load up the trains send the trains in, and Arduino will do all the work, and it will run essentially like a timetable. And that's what I love to do. I love the programming, and I used to love doing it, so I want to get back into it. So there's several scenes in this, obviously, but I'll carry on running through what rolling stock we have. So we've got a Fowler 4F here, which does work fine. And then the Kit Kat I also started off with, which is at the back of this rake. But I went onto the local shed and bought. I found these after much hunting around in boxes, because I couldn't find many box vans, because that's what this layout really suits, is a box van essentially, with all the loading docks and stuff like that. So we got an Eastbourne model hobby and collector's shop. And we just got a plain white one. This one was covered in like smokers tarring. Managed to get that cleaned up. Then we have the Sportsman chewing gum one. These three weren't boxed, so they were about £5 each. This was boxed. This is a Lima one, I think it is, and it's a British custard one. It's slightly faded, but still looks the part. I've stopped on the point. I do have a slight issue with one of the pickups back there, but because it's now completely froze. And then the blue one at the back was also not in a box. The only issue I've got is the Anglo Sports one doesn't have the couplings on that I use here, being the old army ones, but I'm going to be changing these out probably at some point anyway for the closer style Batchman ones, just because they're slightly better. So let's see if I can get this to come back now. No, because I think I can never remember which wire it is that's dodgy. There we go. I've just picked up a soldering iron. So there is a bit of a odd mix on the layout at the moment of rolling stock and stuff, but you know, I'm one of these that if I see it I buy it. The other things I picked up from there, which I just put them out the way. At that point, move that knacker tripod. There is some tape. So we have a brake coach, just one coach literally for this, because I was going to run like something like a 101 DMU, but I thought just for like maybe like the workers class sort of thing, then we can have the engine just bring one coach in, and then it can be shunted up into this side in here where that other loco was. We also have, now I spotted this on the shelf, and even though it's a bit big for the layout, I loved it, so I got it. It cost me £12.50. It's got a few details inside. It's a very nice model, and I'm one of these that even if it doesn't fit, I'll buy it and I'll make it fit somewhere. With the exception to a breakdown crane which is out there, and I can't bring that in because it doesn't fit under the tunnel. It fits under the tunnel, but the back of the tunnel's dropped, so I need to fix that. Or get rid of it. Now, as far as fiddle yard goes, I want to reverse plate, and that's going to be a lot of work. I'm hoping Sean will help me with that one. See, on here I've got a little bit of filling in to do here to make it right. There is a clearance issue here, but again, nothing that can't be solved. We can make that work. There's a clearance issue when that train comes in with this worker here, he decapitates him every time. As you can see, there's a bit of damage already done. If I move those back up into there, you can see we have some nice little scenes which you can park the vans outside of. You have a bit of a shunting thing going on. Back here is where I'm going to put the little bit of a coal storage area, probably in that gap there. This unfortunately broke off today, so I'm going to fix that up at some point. But you see, there's little bits of work to be done with it, but nothing that I can't do. And I'm going to try and get back into this, but obviously the bus and work, Manc Buses, his company, comes first, and this is just a hobby. The sad thing that I like to have about, but I'm trying to get as much use out of it as I can before my little baby girl comes, because I've got a feeling all of a sudden I'm not going to have much time to do anything at that point. So yeah, so it all does work. Put that there like that. There like that. Send you down a little bit so you don't really get much more. It's just the occasional bit of dirty track and bad contacts cause the issues, unfortunately. But we're working on it, essentially. It is a massive work in progress, this. But the whole plan is that I can now, I've made the little bit of board to run a little bit more track on. I've now got an actual head shunt where I can actually play about and shunt. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do the coding, because obviously with the analog system, oh yeah, those that are wondering its power, this is being run by a clipper. Now I had a clipper when I was 11, and it was the first one my dad bought me. So yeah, I got a clipper back. So yeah, yes, essentially it's made so I can shunt about. Normally use the smaller loco, but you know, I've got the big loco out anyway, so. But this is probably the biggest of loco I'd want to run on here. I don't think you could get anything really any bigger. And when I bought this one, this was £50. He had some quite good ones in that I was tempted with, but this was the only one that really fitted. Obviously being a freight layout, it has to be a freight sort of style loco, and this is what he had, so this is what I bought. Didn't do bad considering I didn't go in to buy a loco. And then I can unhook that one from there. And then remember that it's back to front at the moment on here. So obviously I need to find a way of reversing the polarity of the power when I want to go backwards and what have you. It is a tender driven unit. Just put these onto, I'll put them on there for a minute because I'm going to have to run the loco off first. So where I said that in that back corner as well, that's where the power feed is on that very end track. The one track that's gone on. I'm trying to avoid going on that track at the moment until I've actually fixed the thing. Now, he's made all the tracks live with them like Hornby staple things in the tracks. Obviously I bought a soldering iron, I'm going to make it so it's not like that. Because it would be nice now to leave that there and then get the little tank out, but I can't, and that's the only isolated siding in the whole thing. So it's a bit of a ball ache, essentially. But I will be finding somehow, I might be asking Sean, help to motorise all the points, because obviously normally you do it as you're building the layout, but obviously I didn't build the layout and I want motored points so the Arduino can control it all through the shield. So then let's just unhook that from there. Honestly, I want to change where the pickups are, so it's a bit better. This one doesn't run as well, but the siding's not the best either that it was in. So, if you want to see more of me doing up this layout and making it my own, I'll be adding signals to it and what have you, then please do give the video a like. As I say, any money given to MacBuses doesn't go to this. This is literally, you know, I put my spare change away and what have you, and I spent my Christmas money on it, you know, and getting bits. So, yeah. But if you want to see more, let me know, and I'm sure I can do it. But obviously there's going to be no schedule to this one, because this is just a case of as and when it comes, essentially. But I'd like to thank you for watching and supporting buses in the bus preservation, and we'll see you in the new year. If this isn't already published in the new year, I might be doing it as a filler. So yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you later. Bye.